yielding your time to Ms. Jensen?
Yes. I'm also number 6 on the list.
Okay. Oh, could you hold on just a moment, Ms. Jensen? Can you put 6 minutes on the time?
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, my name is Rosemary Jensen. I am a graduate of Broward Schools. I was a teacher in Broward Schools. I have a daughter who graduated from Broward Public Schools, and I have a son who is in 10th grade. I'm also a national administrator for United Opt-Out. I help parents all over this country understand their legislations in their state and how they can opt out and organize in their state. I'm all about organization and action. I'm not about talk and complaining. So I read the article in WLRN article yesterday, and I'm going to talk to that. The reason we are told that high-stakes testing is necessary by our district is the bogus notion of finding out if schools are reaching every student. A student's test score cannot reveal what goes on in any school. It can only tell you how a child performed on that particular day. Since no one sees these tests, or what was on them, or what they look like, or what was missed or why, they are useless to teachers and to parents. I have no idea why my son missed what he did. I don't know if he misbubbled. I don't know if he had he experienced neural fatigue. I don't know if he didn't care. I didn't know if he picked the second great answer, the second almost right answer. I know none of that. And that doesn't help guide instruction, especially when the test scores always come back after school is over. That's a bogus notion. And per the WLRN article yesterday, Mr. Edmondson stated, parents don't understand what it means for Johnny. Let me make it clear, we understand very well what it means for Johnny. It can mean his school receives a failing grade, his neighborhood school is closed, his parents' real estate devalued, he is treated to scripted curriculum, his teacher's evaluation is lower, his teachers may not bonus, or worse, they can be fired. Also, Johnny is denied the following: a developmentally appropriate curriculum, play, recess, actual science labs, the arts, guidance counselors, nurses, librarians, highly degreed teachers, authentic teacher-created assessments, promotion, and ultimately, after passing all the required classes, he could be denied a high school diploma on the basis of one score on one test on one day. Not on the actual day-to-day performance of these children, they give you a complete picture of what students can do, especially students who are ESE, especially ELLs, especially students who freeze, especially for a lot of reasons. I understand you agree that this is bad pedagogy in practice and that you believe that parents should write Tallahassee, but parents elect school boards to be their champions for their kids. I attended the Board of Education meeting in Orlando to speak out against the setting of cut scores, which, by the way, is completely arbitrary and a farce. It was absolutely abhorrent to hear the people talk about it when I was there. I expected many superintendents and school board members to be speaking on the behalf of the children in the state, but I was sorely disappointed. Parents were there, en masse. There were over 35 of us who spoke. There were only 2 out of 67 supers who spoke about cut scores. But of course, the good old JEB groups were trotted in to talk about we're college ready and we need a better workforce and make those scores high and more kids need to fail. It was a travesty. We need our elected school boards to somehow unite and use their power to create change in order to protect our children, all children, no matter where they live, if they're your constituents or not, if they're in your neighborhoods, all children. That's what I'm here for. This is all of our fight, and I'm going to tell you some ideas that I think school boards can do. One, I think you can attend the Save Our School March in DC on July 8th to 10th and really get together with people who are activated, organized, and are pushing back. If you're interested, anybody's interested, it's www.saveourschoolsmarch.org. Until we all get on the same page on the side of students and real teaching and learning, and on the side of our teachers who are continually hamstrung by teaching to tests and scripted curriculum and pacing guides that take no into account the students that are in front of them or the highly degree educators who know how to do this, I don't think things are going to change. Until that happens, parents are going to minimally participate to protect their teachers and schools, and most importantly, their children, in what amounts to be a complete waste of time and money that would be better spent on teacher salaries, auditoriums, choral glades, general upkeep at our schools that are older, stadiums, lights, band equipment, We will deny the state and the Fed the data they so desperately covet, as that is where the money truly lies now in data mining. Renowned education researcher Alfie Kohn asked, what has been taken away from my child's education in order to make them better at taking tests? Trust me, we know. Thank you.